Good morning, friends. This is Renee from Little Village Homestead. And today is the day I believe our Dollar General is open. So today is the day we're going to go down and check out some Valentine stuff and see if they have maybe any opening day sales. So we're going to check out that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a Pantry Chit Chat. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Take a look, friends. We finally got some sunshine. Beautiful out here. And the snow just glistens in the sunshine. Oh, I'm loving this. I got the car fired up, all wiped off, waiting to go down and check out the Dollar General. Oh, I can go for a walk this afternoon. Maybe we'll walk down to the bottle house. I swear, I have not been out in over a week. And since we've had that real bad cold spell, I think I was only out of my house once. And it's like, oh, I almost got cabin fever. You can only do so much in the house. You just need to get out and go. But anyway, there you have it. I'm going to step back inside, let my car heat up, and meet you at Dollar General. Absolutely amazing, huge Dollar General. What a gorgeous, gorgeous store. Perfectly stocked. I think this is the first day it's been open. Oh my gosh, this is great, you guys. Tuna fish, 80 cents a can. That's fantastic. Absolutely. Look at all this stuff. We got milks and sodas. Probably, I'm bragging, but this is Kaleva. We got cheese, eggs, meats, frozen sections. This is like a regular market, and this, friends, is amazing. Absolutely. Now, I'm not by any means running down my local butcher, but he did have a little convenience store. I shouldn't say little. He was, pretty decent size. And you go in there and buy a can of soup, and you're paying almost $2 and something for a can of soup, and here you can get 2 cans for $1. It's like, who's gonna, well, this place is gonna wipe out the middle section of his store, that's for sure. It's sad, but you know what? It's true. Look at all this beautiful stuff. $2.25 or 85 cents for cereal. Look at these big bags down there, 2 for $7. Way down there. 2 for $7. Oh my goodness. My husband's gonna love this. Look at all yeah, I know this is fast food and stuff. Oh, they got the Marie Callender pot pies. If you ever wanna, where's that? There you go. If you ever want a pot pie, that's a perfect one to get. If you don't make your own. I make my own and freeze them. But anyway, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because I have got to find the Valentine goodies. Look at how beautiful this is. I am so impressed. So impressed. All right, I'll be back. Hello, friends. I just got back from Dollar General, and though I only gave you a sneak peek, they didn't have much of anything left on Valentine. I think I waited too long. But they did just open yesterday, was their first day. And they have all the Easter stuff out. So there wasn't anything for Valentine down there except maybe some candy. And I don't need none of that. I'm going to make my grandbabies some, oh, I got it. It's up here. Just let me grab them and I'll show you. I'm going to make them cupcakes. And then I got these cute little fruity imperial hearts. And I'm going to make cupcakes with them and let them decorate them with the hearts. And then I'm going to get some sweet tarts because they do have some of them down there. So anyway, oh my goodness. It has been quite a week I had last week. Our weather was just crazy, from cold to warm to rain and to ice. It was nuts. The kids only went to school, or no, I shouldn't say they only went to school. They had 2 days off because of the ice. And it's not the main roads, it was the ice on the back roads. So they were here for the 2 days, and did we ever have a ball? But none of us wore out. Absolutely wore right out. But anyway, I think and I think a lot of other people was getting it too. It wasn't really a bug. I think it was just the difference in the temperature, because we went from being just 25 below with the wind chill, I mean freezing, to the next day it was 45, 50 degrees and raining. And then a day after that it was freezing rain, and then it just froze solid again. So it's just that change in temperature. It just wiped me right out. It makes your bones hurt, everything. It's like, oh yeah. Anyway, but we did have fun when the little kids were here. And I'm not showing you the plant, and I don't think you can see it. But my granddaughter, probably a month ago, she brought home the little apple seeds from her apple at lunch, and she says, Nana, I want to plant these seeds. She says, we need to grow some apple trees. And I thought, okay, we'll give it a whirl, so we put them in, we didn't soak them. We just put them in a damp paper towel, laid them inside the damp paper towel, and then put them in a Ziploc bag, and I blew it full of air like a little greenhouse, and we just left it. And it sprouted. And here it is. It's already starting to grow. Well, the other day when she was here, I says, we're going to have to plant that in something until spring when we can put it in its own pot, So she planted it in my plant right here, and it's doing really good. And she keeps an eye on it every time she comes. So I've got to tell her the story about little Johnny Appleseed. Is it Johnny Appleseed? I'm going to have to tell her that story. She'll love it. Anyway, so I've been doing a couple extra videos. I've got another one coming up that you're going to love, but it was, I did the no knead like artisan bread. So I did that part of it, the first half of it yesterday, and today I've got to wait because of course you let it rise for about 18 to 20 hours. And it's sitting right over there on my butcher block in the corner. And so about, I'd say about 3, 4 o'clock tonight I'll be able to bake it and finish up that video. So ultimately I'll have that video up tomorrow. You're going to like that one. It's so easy to put together. And you can even make rolls out of that stuff. It's wonderful. But you all like the donuts. Those cake donuts were fantastic. I ate one. I was so good. And my husband was just dying for the camera to get shut off, because as soon as I turned the camera off, he was in there like vultures on a feeding frenzy on those donuts. But I sent some home with my granddaughter Tootsie Bell, the blonde-haired one that was here, and then I sent some across the street to the two little Stella and Nene. And I only left my husband a couple of them. I said, we don't need these donuts. But usually, and everybody says to me, a few people have said, oh my God, how can you not bake all that food and not be as big as a house? Well, I'm not little by any means, but I bake a lot, but I don't eat a lot of it. I might try a piece, but I'm very good with it, and I'm very strict with myself because I don't need all that. Neither does my husband. He's, we don't need diabetes. But I do. When I bake, I ship it all away, or I put it in the freezer, and then, when you want to, like cake, I'll bake a nice big cake, and I'll cut it up in serving sizes, and I'll flash freeze it, and then I'll wrap it individually, put it in a Ziploc bag, and when you want a piece of cake, you just take it out, unwrap it, and let it thaw out on the counter on a plate, and you got it. But I give a lot of the stuff that I bake away because, Lord have mercy, I don't need to eat all that. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be able to walk. So, and I can eat goodies, let me tell you. I can pack away some goodies. Those donuts, though, I had mine. I saved my donut for my coffee, and it was just a yummy little treat. So I liked it. And then what other one did I do? The pork roast and that cleaning solution. That magic tub and shower cleaner. Well, no wonder that it's got a perfect name. Magic, whoever named it that, nailed it. Because let me tell you, that stuff works fantastic. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Well, probably last year I've heard of it, but I never tried it until recently. And I love the stuff. But I use Blue Dawn all the time. I don't use anything but Dawn. Sometimes I use the green. And then on one of my comments, and you'll see there, the gal, I forget the name because I just went through and answered a lot of my comments, so I forgot the name, but there was a comment on there that she uses Dawn, the apple scented Dawn, because it covers up some of the vinegar scent. Brilliant! That's a perfect idea. Try the apple. And then there was a few people who said they can't get Dawn where they live at. Well, you know what? Dawn is a real good degreaser. So if you find another, dish soap that has a nice degreaser added to it, give that a try, because chances are that's going to work. And then another one asked me if you could use it on grout. I have no idea about that. I just know that it cleans soap scum. I don't know if it will take care of mold and mildew, but if there's anybody out there that's used it on mold and mildew, please let us know, because then I can pass it on. So anyway, that dollar store that we got, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's huge. I only gave you a sneak peek because I know the manager down there. She's a pretty good friend of mine. And she was in there, and as soon as she seen me, it was like yak 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 yak. So she hog-tied me and started talking, so I only was able to give you kind of a sneak peek, and then it got a little busy down there. But the next time I go in, I'll give you some more. But did you see the cans of tuna for 80 cents? I didn't get any, but I would have. But I've got so many now. I've got like 20 some cans of tuna, so I really don't need any. And by the time I do, they'll have sales, for that price again. That was a good price, but they got good prices down there. And all the baking I do, and people laugh because some of my friends laugh at me. All the baking I do, the cookies, the goodies, the stuff like that. My husband's favoriteest thing in the whole world is Oreos. So I had to fill, I'll show you. I had to fill his cookie jar. Watch this. With Oreos. So he's got all his Oreos. And my grandkids, they always know where they are too. And they love them. Make sure I don't cut my head off here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and I'm finally getting used to not having my glasses. It just seems nice. Well, they called me the other day, and my old glasses that I had, they replaced the lenses with a real nice computer lens. And it has a blue light blocker in it, and instead of here's my cheaters, but instead of the bifocal just being on the bottom, the bifocal in my computer lenses is almost the entire lens is bifocal, but it's mainly right through the middle, right through your line of vision. So I'll probably go pick them up within the next week or two, because I'm good with these right now, and they work pretty good, but I'm getting used to not having my glasses. Oh, and that was just something. I've worn glasses for quite a few years, almost 10 years. And before that, I've always had cheaters, because even when I was young in school, I had reading glasses to read, because I could never see close up to read stuff. And they always told me I probably never really had much of a focusing mechanism. Well, most people lose their focusing in their 40s, that starts to decline after age 40. Mine probably was never there to begin with, so I'll always have to have my cheaters. But who would have ever thought that your allergies could hinder your eyesight, or affect your eyesight, or alter your eyesight, your vision? But you know what it was, is when your sinuses, because they're all right behind your eyes, when they swell up, apparently when my sinuses were swelled up, it was applying pressure on my optic nerves, which was in turn affecting my vision. Well, it had to be, because it's just the craziest thing, because in my right eye, I had a prism. because the doctor thought at first, the eye doctor thought at first that I had just a lazy eye. I mean, he said, you know, your eye is lazy. He says it probably, you know, wanders around when you're sleeping, rolls around in your head. And I thought, oh Lord, don't tell my husband that. Well, my husband teased me about being slap-eyed. Oh my God, it was just hilarious how he teased me so. But anyway, it's just my husband. He never means anything mean. That's just who he is. He's a riot. Anyway, so it had to have been putting a lot of pressure on my optical nerve to start altering the shape of my eye. It's crazy. But anyway, so I'm not slap-eyed no more. I told him, I says, I'm not slap-eyed no more. Now you can't tease me about it. But yeah, it was pulling my eye to the right, and just enough, not noticeable. I mean, when you look at me in the eye, you couldn't tell, but it was enough to give you a double vision effect. And I haven't had that since I took those glasses off. I haven't had a problem. Not one problem, and I am just ecstatic over that. No glasses. I'm so happy about that. Anyway, yep, so he can't tease me. He teases me all the time. But that's just who he is. I just love him. Anyway, Valentine. I wanted to go down there to the Dollar General because I wanted to find some last minute Valentine gifts. That's all right. I'll put something together, and I might even do a video on something. But anyway, for Valentine, our Valentine dinner, I'm going to do ribeye steaks. I'm going to do a creamy scalloped potato and salad. And of course, my non-alcoholic wine, because I don't drink alcohol. And that's what I'm going to have. So I'm going to do a video on that. I'm putting that together. And I'm not going to, my husband likes Caesar salad, but I'm not fond of Caesar dressing. So I'm just going to do a real nice green mixture. And then and he can put his Caesar dressing on that one. But anyway, yep, and I'll do a video on that because that'll be good. And those steaks, they're good when they're made this way. I don't pan fry them. This particular recipe I'm going to bake them, and then I'm going to fry them up a little bit to brown and crisp up the outsides. So it'll be nice and tender and juicy on the inside. Because I always have mine medium well done. So, and they'll be perfect. And what a wonderful meal for Valentine. That's a nice romantic gift. And then I don't know, I'll make him something for a dessert. I think though, my husband loves strawberries. In the summertime, I'm always making him strawberry shortcake because it's his favoriteest thing in the whole world. So I might do some chocolate covered strawberries for him. Anyway, so with that, just a short chit chat. I've got a couple other videos I'm working on. I'm going to do some more spice blends, and I'm going to do, a couple of DIY projects. This week might consist of, I'm going to do the bread, I'm going to do the Valentine dinner, I'm going to do maybe a video on a nice Valentine present, but I am going to do more videos this week on, it's by request too, on spice blends and DIY, like cleaners and projects and such as that. So that's what I'm going to devote this week to. Anyway, so with that, the sun came out this morning, and I thought it was going to stay out, but it clouded up again. But oh boy, was it bright. And I think yes, it's going to be in this video. You're going to see how bright the sun was. Beautiful. I can't wait till the sunshine, because this is the first day that I've been out of the house in a week. And last week, I only got out of the house because we had to run to Manistee. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. I was doing my dishes because every day I clean. I do dishes probably 3 times a day. There's nothing dirty ever in my sink. Anyway, I was doing my dishes, and I had the hot water going, and I was rinsing my dishes, and all of a sudden, it sounded like a shotgun going off. And bang, the hot water knob blew off the faucet, went clear up, almost busted my glass cover I have to my light above my sink, and water was spewing everywhere, and it was hot water spewing everywhere. And the only thing I had, I was standing there, my husband was in the living room, and I put my hand over that hot water, and thank goodness that my hands are conditioned for hot water by being a canner and cooking and everything, because it would have burnt the heck out of me. But anyway, I put my hand over that because water was everywhere. And my husband got in there real quick. I'm just screaming for him. He come in, he turned the water off underneath the sink, and he's looking at me like, what in the hell did you do? I didn't do anything. I don't know what. It blew its lid. It flipped its lid, I said. Anyway, I told him, I said, well, with that, you need to wipe off the ceiling, right? Okay, I painted my ceiling about 6 years ago. So I've got my husband on a chair, and he's wiping the water off the ceiling. Well, for those of you who don't know, we're smokers. And I smoke in my house. And so does he, but he smokes like a freight train. Anyway, you could just see the nicotine on the ceiling. It was just almost disgusting. It wasn't that bad, but it was dingy. And then he wiped it, and it's this bright white, and I'm thinking, oh Lord, now I gotta wash this whole ceiling down or repaint it or something. It was a disaster, but it reminded me of the time that my daughter, when she was a young teenager, and we lived in our coat mesh house that we have. And I was in the living room, and I noticed there was a spot on my ceiling. Well, if you don't know me, I'm like quite neurotic about my house. I got to keep everything clean. Wall, ceiling, everything. Anyway, I looked up there on the ceiling, and I saw this little spot about the size of a quarter. And I said, Susie, come here. She comes running in, and I said, I'm going to give you this dish rag, and I'll hold the table, the kitchen table. I said, I want you to stand on a table and wash that spot off the wall, or off the ceiling, because it's going to make me nuts. Right? Well, so she started wiping. I had hot soapy water. She started wiping it, and the more she wiped it, the bigger it got. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So here I am, because you can't have that. The bigger it was, that little spot made me crazy. Can you imagine what that big spot would have made me half nuts? So I'm pushing her around. She's on the table washing the ceiling. I'm rinsing the rag, giving it to her, and I'm pulling her all around my dining room with the kitchen table. She's standing on the table, and I'm moving it all around. And she cleaned my whole ceiling. She's never forgotten it. She still teases me about that. So when this happened in here, she said, well, I tell you what, Mom. She says, I'm pregnant, and I'm not getting on a table this time. So she remembered that. That was hilarious. But anyway, we got it, and I wiped the ceiling down. The ceiling probably needed to be washed anyway. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was a little dingy. Definitely noticeable. So anyway, I got that all cleaned. And oh my goodness, that was just hilarious. And it was like and then my wash machine, sounds like I turned my wash machine on, and I don't know what in the world, I don't know what, it sounds like something's grinding in it. I mean, grinding. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to need a new washer now too. Well, it made that noise a while back, and my husband said it's probably the bearings or something in it. Well, I don't know. But anyway, that washer is like 11 years old, I think. So I'll just keep it going, and I'll have to buy a new one, but I'll keep using it until it wears out or whatever, or gives out. I don't know, because it was only a $200 washer, and yeah, $200 is a lot of money, but for 11 years, I think I got my money out of it. Anyway, so I had quite an eventful week too, and then wasn't feeling good, or 2 weeks, an eventful 2 weeks. So anyway, it's the way life is. It's never a dull moment in this house. And I'm here today, and I don't have anybody coming till Wednesday. Then my grandbabies come again. And during the time, never order anything when you're not feeling good. Because I had to order checks, our personal checks. And I went through the whole thing, and I did my order, and I filled everything out, all my banking information, everything. Well, I forgot to put the address on our checks. And it's like, well, we can still use them, but then you might have to write them in, or your phone number, I don't know. But I've got 2 boxes of checks with our names on them and no address. Oh well. It happens, but never order anything when you're not feeling good, because that's what happens. That's when things get messed up. So, alright, I've jib-jabbed your ears off enough. I had fun. I didn't have my tea, but I had fun. And I had fun at the Dollar General, and I'm going to go for a walk later, and hopefully, I'll be able to walk down by the bottle house and show that to you. I got a few things that I got to do first. And if not today, then I'll probably do that tomorrow in a little vlog. I can start walking now because it's warmer out. Now it's about 20 degrees, 25 degrees outside. And you can walk when it's about 25. It doesn't hurt you. You know, it doesn't hurt your nose or throat or anything. But that bitter cold will. Anyway, so friends, there you have it. Just a small little chit chat and a trip to the dollar store. I really can't even call that a trip to the dollar store for you, because all you had was a sneak peek. But one of these days we'll get down there and I'll really show you. That place is huge. I'm loving it. And the food they got there, I can't believe it. So anyway, you all have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.